Sometimes, the people we care about the most, those we expect understanding and support from, suddenly act in ways that leave us bewildered. You might have experienced someone close to you suddenly shifting moods, manipulating situations, or pulling away without explanation. If you've ever felt drained, confused, or doubting yourself in these moments, this video is for you. Welcome to Emotional Soulmate, a space dedicated to exploring the patterns of narcissistic behavior and emotional manipulation. Here, the focus is not on blame, but on understanding, recognizing, and protecting your own emotional well-being. Watch this video all the way through to grasp the subtle ways narcissistic women react when they don't get what they want, and how to safeguard your emotional energy. Even before understanding narcissism deeply, it's clear that some people operate on an invisible scale, measuring love, attention, and loyalty as if life were a game. When the rules don't go their way, the reactions can be shocking, sometimes hurtful, and often confusing. Explosive reactions. One of the first and most intense reactions a narcissistic woman might display is an explosive outburst. When she feels denied the attention, admiration, or control she craves, emotions can flare suddenly. This is not simple frustration. It's an all-consuming rage, aimed at regaining power or proving dominance. The intensity of these outbursts can be overwhelming. They come without warning, often leaving the people around her in shock, trying desperately to calm the storm. It's not about solving a problem or addressing a grievance. It's about asserting control and reclaiming authority in a situation that feels threatening. For anyone witnessing this, the experience is emotionally exhausting. Words feel like weapons, silences like threats, and the atmosphere becomes tense and unpredictable. This behavior, often referred to as narcissistic rage, is a defense mechanism, a way to push boundaries and regain the upper hand. The victim persona. After, or sometimes instead of, anger, a narcissistic woman may adopt the victim persona. This is a strategic move, turning the tables to gain sympathy and compliance. Through subtle cues, emotional displays, or dramatic expressions of hurt, she signals that she is the one suffering, while you are at fault. This phase is disarming. Witnessing vulnerability naturally stirs empathy. Yet, it is often a calculated attempt to elicit emotional investment from you, to make you feel responsible for her pain, and to manipulate outcomes in her favor. For those who have experienced this, it feels like walking a tightrope, constantly questioning whether your reactions are reasonable or whether you are merely fueling someone else's drama. Recognizing this pattern is the first step in breaking free from its emotional grip. Twisting reality. Another tactic that surfaces is distorting reality, often called gaslighting. Here, the responsibility for conflict shifts onto you. Every conversation, disagreement, or misunderstanding may suddenly be reframed to make you question your perception of reality. This tactic can leave even the most confident individuals doubting their own judgment. What once felt straightforward becomes muddied and confusing. The ultimate goal is not clarity, it's control. By creating uncertainty, a narcissistic woman maintains power over how events are interpreted and how emotions are manipulated. Understanding this pattern is crucial because it demonstrates that the problem is not within you. The shifting narrative is a strategy, not a reflection of reality, and learning to recognize it empowers you to maintain clarity amidst chaos. Smear campaigns. When direct confrontation or subtle manipulation fails, some narcissistic women escalate through smear campaigns. This involves spreading misinformation, creating alliances, or subtly undermining your reputation. This behavior is designed to isolate, discredit, and control perception. People around you may start to see situations through her lens, making your emotional experience more complex and isolating. The impact is not just immediate, it can linger, affecting friendships, professional relationships, and your sense of self-worth. Awareness of this tactic allows you to respond with clarity, maintain boundaries, and protect your emotional space. It's not easy, but understanding that these actions are strategic, not personal, reduces their power. Silent treatment. A classic method used when other strategies fail is silent treatment. In these moments, communication ceases entirely. There is no explanation, no discussion, only withdrawal. This is a subtle yet potent tool. Silence can trigger guilt, anxiety, and a compulsion to fix the situation. The longer it lasts, the more it pressures you to act according to her unspoken rules. This manipulation is effective because it leverages human empathy and the need for social connection. Recognizing the silent treatment as a tool rather than a reflection of your worth helps maintain perspective. It's a way to shield yourself from unnecessary emotional turbulence while asserting personal boundaries. Sudden charm. Interestingly, when anger or withdrawal doesn't achieve the desired effect, a narcissistic woman may pivot to sudden charm or affection. This is a disorienting shift, transforming the energy in a relationship from tension to allure, from conflict to desire. This charm offensive is strategic. It lures you back into engagement, blurring the lines between manipulation and genuine emotion. The emotional roller coaster created by alternating between rage, withdrawal, and charm is disorienting and can make it difficult to maintain boundaries. The emotional cycle. Taken together, these behaviors form a recurring cycle: outburst, victimhood, manipulation, charm, and abandonment. The rhythm can feel relentless, leaving those involved questioning their judgment and their ability to maintain emotional stability. Being caught in this cycle can feel like living on shifting sands. Every action is a test, every reaction measured, and every emotion manipulated. Recognizing the pattern is key to breaking free and regaining control over your own emotional life. Protecting yourself. Understanding these dynamics is empowering. While you cannot change a narcissistic woman's behavior, you can control your response. Set boundaries firmly, protect your emotional energy, and cultivate awareness. Emotional clarity and self-respect become the armor against manipulation. Seek support from trusted friends, communities, or professional guidance. Reflection, journaling, and mindfulness practices can help maintain perspective and reduce the impact of emotional manipulation. Most importantly, acknowledge your strength. Surviving and navigating interactions with someone narcissistic is challenging. Your insight, patience, and resilience are victories in themselves. Recognizing the subtle and not so subtle changes a narcissistic woman exhibits when she doesn't get her way is not about judgment. It's about self-preservation. Awareness transforms confusion into clarity, fear into empowerment, and vulnerability into strength.